You're listening to Puma Podcast.
Hi, I'm Marco Azurin, Puma Podcast for Teka Teka News. A recent survey by Forbes Health and OnePoll shows fitness as the most common New Year's resolution for 2024, a goal set by nearly 5 out of 10 people. That's an impressive number, but here's the kicker. The majority only stick to their resolutions for an average of 3 to 4 months. Only 7% manage to stay committed to their goals for a full 12 months. It can be easy to drop one's resolutions when schedules get busier and more responsibilities crop up as the year goes on. But what are some ways to join the 7% who manage to power through despite the daily hustle and bustle? In this episode takeover of the podcast 5 Minutes Lang, DJ and host Bea Fabregas Ramos talks to host Ceej Tantengco-Malolos about balancing fitness and motherhood. Let's listen to the episode to learn how you can stay fit this year by embracing what you find fun and by making every free moment count.
Hey everyone, my name is Bea Fabregas Ramos. I'm a DJ. I've dabbled in sports broadcasting and I'm a host. I am also a mom to an almost 2-year-old bundle of joy. His name is Tyler. And if there's anything you need to know about me, it's I love to work out.
Whenever I watch your social media content, I'm amazed with how you always have time to work out. And I know that's very intentional. And I also know that this is a habit that you started when you were younger. So ano bang meron sa childhood mo, and an active lifestyle was always part of it?
So my dad played like Division 2 tennis in the States. I always say that he tricked me into becoming an athlete. Like, okay, you're gonna like tennis. Like I remember because I played softball at like 4 years old or t-ball, and I loved it so much, and I wanted to continue that. And he was like, "Oh, you have a great arm, Bea. We're gonna play tennis." Like ganon siya. And then when I tried tennis, I completely fell in love. Then I was able to play for UP.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you had courtside reporting. Parang sports is there talaga as part of your life. But there have also been transitions, right? Like, so going from a college athlete to a working professional and then becoming a mom. What were the periods where you felt like it was a struggle to maintain an active lifestyle?
Definitely right after college, because I think as a athlete that trained every day, twice a day, you kind of just needed a break from it. And then when you graduate, like you need to move. I think it was in 2018, so that was 5 years after I graduated. I was looking at myself in the mirror and I said, I don't like the way I feel when I wake up in the morning. This is not what I'm used to. And I know what I need to do. And so the work day, I was on the radio at the time at 9. So I was just like, there's the only way to get this done is to wake up at like 5:30 and start working out at 6 a.m. And I started posting the stories, don't forget to work out today in 2018, because I was kind of like joking with my friends na parang, oh, ginawa ko na, kayo naman. And it was more of like a barkada thing. Naiinis sila sa akin na parang aga mo naman magising, parang buisit ka. And then I realized it was such a good reminder. It was so good to be accountable. And so I just kept doing it. And so I still do it till now. I don't post it every day, but people will associate that phrase to me because it's something that you can't forget to do. You have to find something that you are obsessed about. I do not like spinning classes. I do not like yoga. I do not like hiking. And that's okay, diba? And so I like to stick to the things that I like. And I think it's great because if you look around, there's so many types of workouts now. Before, diba, it was just weight training, boxing, diba? If you don't have a sport, ano nang sport mo, diba?
Yeah, you might be into K-pop dancing, diba?
Exactly. Oh my God, like that's a workout now. So I think it's a great time to start getting into workouts. Go back to getting to know yourself. Assess first. Do you want to work out with a group or do you want to work out alone? Do you think it's going to be helpful that somebody is literally physically next to you to keep you accountable? Or do you trust yourself enough to go on YouTube and, look for a workout and do it yourself? Because if you are not that person, then get a coach. Your motivation is not a feeling. It's that long-term goal that you go back to when you're literally down and out and ayaw mong gumalaw. For me now, my motivation, my drive is my son, Tyler. I work out because I want to be able to carry this 26-pound toddler when he asks me to.
And, you mentioned becoming a mom. Like, girl, I cannot imagine the amount of parang how you're able to find time. Because, kunwari, right now, I'm imagining having a kid. I know at some point I am going to have to let go of one of the balls that I'm juggling. But when you're a mom, diba, that baby is the most important glass ball. How do you do it?
Wow, that's a good question because I mentioned that I liked working out in the morning. When I became a mom, I was up from 1 to 7 a.m. like breastfeeding. And so wala kang energy sa umaga. And then they're like, for some reason, they're just up and about at 5 a.m., just ready for the day. When it comes to motherhood, it was just really any time you got, any time that was given, like you take it. And so, during nap time, monitors next to you. Pag umiyak, workout's over. That's it. If it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay, sige. Or it's finding ways. It's bringing them on walks. It's working out while they're in the crib and you're in, your yoga mats next to them. It's literally getting so extremely creative just so you can move.
Yeah. If I were to summarize this, I think the lesson from today is know your season and find your reason.
Perfect.
Thanks for listening! Kung may kaibigan kang naghahanap ng motivation to reach their fitness goals, share mo tong episode sa kanya. Tag mo na rin kami at Puma_podcast on Instagram and at PumaPodcastPH on Twitter. This episode was produced by Missy Joven and edited by Joe Salcedo.
If you enjoyed this episode from 5 Minutes Lang, be sure to follow the show for more great conversations on personal development. Just search 5 Minutes Lang on your favorite podcast app. Again, I'm Marco, Puma Podcast. Today's episode was produced by myself and put together by Mark Casillan. Our Teka Teka News executive producer is Jill Caro, and our senior editor is Veronica Uy. Thank you, and we wish everyone a Happy New Year.